Today on the TeslaSnek, we're talking about improving the range of the Performance Model 3 with wheels and tires. So in our last video, we compared 5 different configurations of the Tesla Model 3 to see which was the most efficient. If you want to find out who won, click the card in the corner or the link in the description to watch that video and come back here after. I will tell you that my 2022 Model 3 Performance came in last, to no surprise, with my dad's long-range dual motor coming in fourth. Now with the long-range dual motor variant still not available to order as of the making of this video, it might be frustrating to want that Model 3 with its 358 miles of range, but only the 315 mile range performance model is available. Now if you're lucky, you might be able to find a dual motor long range in Tesla's inventory, but even when Tesla does put cars on there, they're not there very long. Just earlier today there were 6 on there in my area, and now just a few hours later there's only 1 left. Based on the 72-mile loop we drove in our efficiency test and my dad's long-range dual motor using 20% of its battery to go the distance, his car would have been able to drive that loop about 5 times before running out of battery if he started with a full charge. 5 times 72 is 360, which is almost exactly its rated range. Who says Tesla's range estimates aren't accurate? Now my car used slightly over 21% to drive that 72-mile loop. So after doing the same math, my car's range comes out to approximately 340. That's an 8% improvement over its rated range. How? That's why we're here. By the way, this video is not sponsored by any of the companies mentioned. I bought everything with my own money, and all of this is just my opinion. Now, as I'm sure you've noticed by now, my car doesn't have the stock Uberturbine wheels that came on it. Right after taking delivery, I took it straight to Discount Tire and had them swap out the wheels, tires, and TPMS sensors. I wanted to switch them right away to ensure they'd be in brand new condition so I could easily sell them, which I did, and for more than what the new wheels and tires cost, so I made a little profit. The Uberturbine wheels were 20 by 9 inches with a plus 34 offset and weighed in at 32 pounds each. The Pirelli P0 PZ4 Sport tires that came on them were 235/35 R20s. Now, since I live in California where potholes are a part of daily life, I wanted to downsize to a 19-inch wheel. An 18-inch wheel would have been even better for pothole protection, but if you've seen our last video, you know how I feel about 18-inch wheels. But the main reason, as I'm sure you've already guessed, was to get better efficiency, and that meant getting both lighter and, most importantly, more aerodynamic wheels. As for the lighter wheels, there are a ton of options out there, but less weight alone won't improve your range much. Sure, it will help a little if you do a lot of stop-and-go driving, but the main thing most EV owners are looking for is better range on the freeway, where you're driving at a constant higher speed on mostly level ground. This is where a more aerodynamic or Aero wheel can make a much bigger difference. As for Aero wheels, there aren't as many options. Tesla sells their 18-inch Aero wheels, of course, but those won't fit over a Performance Model 3's larger brakes. Tesla used to sell some 19-inch Aero wheels called Geminis for the Model 3 Performance that came exclusively with winter tires, but they discontinued those shortly before I got my car. Note that while the 19-inch Tesla Model Y Gemini wheels look the same as the ones I just mentioned, they're not. They're wider and they have a different offset. I remembered watching a video a while back where this wheel company in Canada was testing some Aero wheels they designed. I went to their website, which I have linked in the description below, and found that they make both 18 and 19-inch Aero wheels that both fit the Model 3 Performance. Their 18-inch ones weigh in at 21.4 pounds and have been proven to get the same efficiency as Tesla's 18-inch Aero wheels. Of course, I went for the 19s with the titanium paint job. Both sizes are also available in satin black. These have a plus 40 offset and weigh in at 26 pounds, which is 6 pounds lighter than the Uberturbines. They're also not as wide at 8.5 inches. But the wheels are only part of the story. Now it's time to look at tires. Obviously, the 235/35 R20 Pirellis weren't going to fit on these, so I was going to have to get different tires anyway. Not only was I looking for efficient or low rolling resistance tires, but I also wanted longevity. The size I wanted was 235/40 R19, which is the same size Tesla uses on its 19-inch Model 3 wheel option. After weeks of extensive research and comparisons, I finally decided on the Nokian One All-Seasons. Now, if you've heard of Nokian, you're probably thinking, isn't that the tire company from Finland known for their winter tires? Yes, it is. But what you might not know is that they recently rolled out their first all-season passenger car tire designed specifically for North America, and it's pretty good. First off, 80,000 mile warranty. Now I know this doesn't mean the tire is guaranteed to last that long or anything like that, but it does mean that the tires should last longer than most. Plus, whenever they do wear out, whatever's left on the mileage warranty will be prorated towards the replacement tires. They also have low rolling resistance, which definitely contributed to that 8% improvement we got in our last video. They handle really well and have plenty of grip whether it's wet or dry, though with a 720 tread wear rating, I wouldn't use these on the track. While not dedicated winter tires, Nokian's expertise in this area definitely shows in their performance in the snow. They have a unique tread pattern that helps prevent hydroplaning, with integrated wear indicators so you know when it's time to replace them. Despite not having a sound-deadening foam lining like most EV tires, they are surprisingly quiet on the freeway. A bonus feature they have is what Nokian calls aramid sidewall technology. The sidewalls have aramid fibers like what's used in bulletproof Kevlar vests. This boosts durability and ensures a longer-lived tire that's better protected against road hazards. They stand behind this feature with a 1-year warranty that says they'll replace the tire if it is unrepairable. They're also a lot cheaper than the 18-inch Michelin or 19-inch Continental original equipment tires from Tesla. Combine that with a longer tread life and low rolling resistance, and these should save you money both up front and in the long run. Now, like I said in the last video, if you got the 18-inch version of these wheels, you would most likely get a little more range, maybe up to 350 miles, which is just 8 miles less than the dual motor long range. The 18-inch wheels are also cheaper than the 19s, and 18-inch tires should be cheaper as well. I just don't think they're worth the hit in the looks department, but ultimately, that's up to you. In case you were wondering how our 2019 Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive did, using the same math we used with the other cars, it can still go approximately 304 miles on a full charge, which is pretty good considering it has over 90,000 miles on it. Brand new it had 310, but later it got a software update that added 15, bringing it up to 325. So 304 would be about a 6% loss from that. So that's it! How to get a 340 mile range out of the Tesla Model 3 performance. While this video has been about my everyday wheels and tires focused on efficiency, in a future video we'll talk about the wider forged wheels and 200 treadwear summer tires I got for my track days at Buttonwillow Raceway, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, please like and subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you next time here on the TeslaSnek.